What's going on, guys? My name's Avery, aka Romer the Roamer. I sold $1.4 million worth of used books last year, and this year I'm transitioning my business model to selling other products on Amazon. And in this video, we're going to break down exactly how much you need to spend if you want to make $3,400 in profit every single week. Now, when I say $3,400 in profit, I'm saying your business is cranking, generating enough money for you to pull $3,400 profit out of it, and your business still continues to generate $3,400 profit every single week. So in order to understand this, you have to get your inventory to a certain level. You have to get your inventory spend to a consistent amount, and you also have to have a business that is not predictable but consistent, meaning you have a good sales rank, your systems are in place when it comes to listing inventory quickly, you're not letting inventory sit around, you're not bullshitting, you are actually running a business that has, inventory coming in every week. You have a good system for getting good leads. Your leads are being listed on Amazon in a timely manner, and your inventory is being repriced in a profitable way, and you're ultimately making a profit. And we're basing this off of a couple numbers. Guys, again, I have not even sold, I might have sold my first online arbitrage item today, but I'm the book selling guy, and I'm transitioning my business model to selling other products. So it's important to realize, take everything I'm about to say in this video with a grain of salt, but everything that all these numbers I'm going over are based on the top Amazon sellers in the game, giving me advice, giving me, metrics on how your wholesale or online arbitrage business should look like, meaning what's your sell-through rate. If you buy 1,000 units, how quickly should you sell those through? So I'm basing all these numbers based on what Watch Me Amazon, Amazon Lit, Scott Needham, shout out Warner Fields of Profit here on YouTube, also Flips for Miles. I'm basing this off of all the numbers they gave me, and I'm using, if you guys know Caleb Roth, the book flipper, he is like the god of numbers in the book selling world. I'm actually using a free spreadsheet that I'll link below. It's not even, I'm not even collecting your email. It's actually for him. I just believe in this product, 100% free. We're going to be using this tool to determine how much you need to spend based on your unique numbers. Maybe you know your average sales price, maybe you know this, your sell-through rate, whatever that is. Great. If you know your exact numbers, this spreadsheet's going to be even better for you. But what we're going to base these numbers off of is kind of like the industry standard, what people tell me your business should do on average. So without further ado, let's dive into my computer.
Look, grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking well show. And party central to my well ones, a night of violated hell codes. Dope sells like the charge do, but selling's all about potential.
All right, guys, now I'm inside my slippery spreadsheet, and if you look here, what you can see is how much inventory you're starting out with. So if you're just starting an Amazon account, you see you're gonna have $0 in inventory. Also, every time it says books, replace books with other products, this spreadsheet is meant for booksellers, but I've adjusted the fees for this for all sellers. I'm estimating that your sales, all your costs and everything are going to be about 3 times more on average than booksellers. So my average buy cost is like 20 times higher than the average bookseller's cost, but this is based on my real numbers. I'm spending about $40 per item, give or take, for online arbitrage. I'm buying a lot of shoes, a lot of clothing, and my average sales price comes right out to $40. Now, this is a number I'm talking about that's going to be triple. I'm paying about 60 cents on average, probably to have my items shipped to Amazon. That's 20 cents a pound times 3 pounds. I'm estimating is my average package. For books, my average inbound shipping is the same per pound, but I'm only paying like for 2 or 3 pounds to be shipped. I also added $1 in there for prep fees. So I recommend you guys do the same. Most prep centers charge $1. And I also added 15 cents on top of that just to be a little bit pessimistic. You always want to be pessimistic when looking at numbers for the future. So I just added 15 cents for good measure. 18.8% per week. This is what everyone's telling me is the average sell-through rate. Now, nobody told me 18.8%. That's a very strange percentage. But what they did tell me is you should sell through from the day you purchase your inventory to the day that you actually sell your inventory. You should sell through 100% of your inventory. So the day you purchase, let's say you purchase 1,000 units, the time it takes you to get the 1,000 units ship them to Amazon FBA, and sell through 100%. This is based on what everyone has told me. It should be 6 weeks to sell through 100% of that. Now, if you disagree with this, I got gurus watching my video. Shout out all the gurus out there, Warner Fields, Miles. We got probably Amazon Lit. We got a lot of people watching this video, potentially. If you guys are watching this video and you disagree, or you're an undercover guru, shout out Edit Name, shout out anyone with a frog on their YouTube account, shout out any troll out there that wants to, give pessimistic advice. I'm not saying that the gurus are going to give pessimistic advice. They're going to give realistic advice. But there's a lot of people out there who are trolls also that give advice. And it's good. It's good. I'm not complaining. Like, actually, I love it when people come to my channel and say, like, oh, that's never going to work, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, maybe you're right. And I should consider that. So you always need a pessimist in your team, because pessimist can sometimes be realist. But you never want to be the pessimist yourself, because you're never going to live the life you want to live if you're thinking pessimistically. As cliche as that sounds, it's fucking true. I mean, look at who's making it. Look at who's not in this world. The pessimists are not making it. Anyway, let's get back to this 18.8% turn rate each week. That means you should be selling, if you have 1,000 units in stock, you should be selling 188 per week. And we also have our average sales price at $84. So that is my current average sales price, what I currently have my items listed for. And I actually made an adjustment on this spreadsheet as well to bring my profit margin down a little bit. And I subtracted an additional 10%. So I'm assuming that I'm going to sell all my inventory for 10% less than it's currently listed for. So currently I have my inventory listed at an average of $84 that I've purchased. And I'm assuming that I'm going to sell it on average for $75. Maybe I'm actually being a little optimistic there. There's a chance it could tank below that price, since this is my first time doing online arbitrage. There's also a chance that the inventory could sell for more, probably a slim chance, but I will be repricing up, which is a huge thing. You don't want to just reprice down in any business, whether you're selling books or anything else. You always want to make sure you're repricing up and down. Big shout out Scott Needham, who was at Amazon Miami Sellers Conference this year, my event, me and Taylor Jones' event in Miami, Florida, and he said he reprices up at night. Now, Scott Needham he's been top 10 Amazon seller in the past. Literally, out of all Amazon sellers, he's been top 10 Amazon seller. And I think this is a really important point. At nighttime, he reprices up to allow the price for all sellers to increase. If we never reprice up as sellers, the price is just going to keep going down, because it's going to be a race to the bottom. So be sure, selfishly, and not that I don't believe in altruism, but in a capitalist society, in a free market, in a competitive market like Amazon, which Amazon as a store is an extremely competitive market, I don't necessarily believe in altruism. And so a lot of people out there on social media are like, hey guys, let's not tank the price. Let's all hold hands and pray the price doesn't go down. Let's all be nice. Like, guys, doesn't fucking work that way. We live in a world where people want to get their nut. They want to sell their shit. And excuse the language, but I'm passionate about this, and it's just never going to work out that way. People are going to compete. But selfishly, you should price up at night if you want your business to make more money, because then if other people have their software to reprice up too, or even if they don't have their software priced back up, they'll sell out, and guess what? You're at the higher price. So definitely price up. Anyway, let's dive into this. So if you guys look at my screen here, you can see, so I'm assuming that you guys are not billionaires and that you're only going to be able to spend a limited amount on inventory each week. So I'm assuming that you're going to spend 250 items each week is what you're going to purchase, which is actually a decent amount of money for a lot of people. That's $10,000 in change each week. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to have $100,000 starting out to enter this business model, because we're going to go over cash flow. So cash flow is like, how much are you going to spend every single week, and what's your net cash flow situation going to look like? So I did a terrible job of explaining that, but what that means is, like, okay, if you spend $10,000 every week, you're really not going out of pocket $10,000 every week, because at a certain point in time, Amazon's going to be paying you money back, right? Because you're going to be shipping stuff to Amazon, and all these numbers right here are assuming that your items are selling the first week that you buy the item, which is not the case. Your items are going to sell 2 weeks to a month after you purchase them. So if you buy your items, you have to ship them from the store you're buying them to your house or your prep center, and then you have to ship them out to Amazon. Then you have to wait for Amazon to check them in. and then they're active for sale. So all these numbers I'm about to go over are assuming that your items are active immediately. So push these numbers back 2 to 4 weeks in your head. And yeah, let's really get into this. So there's a lot of numbers on the screen here. Again, I'm being pessimistic. I'm assuming that my items are selling for $75, but let me explain really what's going on here. I'm assuming that your profit margins, your gross profit margin, not your net profit. I'm assuming your net profit's about 10 to 15%. I think it comes out to about 13% with these numbers. But your gross margin, meaning if you sell $100 on Amazon, this is what's coming back to you, is 73%. So if you have $100 in sales on Amazon, you should have $73 come back in your bank account. To calculate your net profit, you're going to subtract not only your buy cost, but also any other cost associated, so inbound shipping, prep fees. So with that in mind, it is taking into consideration those costs. Actually, the net margin already included those costs. I apologize. So we're assuming that you're spending $10,000 every single week, and you can see how much, what your cash flow situation will look like. So the first week, if you spend $10,000 and somehow your items magically arrive at Amazon.com for sale, your Amazon payout should look like you sold 47 items because you had 250 active. You sold 18% of that inventory. So really, this is like your third week with your items listed, because your third week in, you should start seeing sales. You should sell about 47 items your first week that those items become active, which will result in a payout of $2,600 from Amazon, which brings your total cash flow situation to $7,855. Okay, so your second week, again, you're spending $10,000, except this time you're going to get a $4,700 payout from Amazon, because now you have 453 items active and you sold 85, and now you're looking at a total of $4,700 payout. That brings your cash flow situation to, now you're only $13,000 in the hole. The week after that, you go $17,000 in the hole. The week after that, you'll go $20,000 in the hole, $21,000 in the hole, $22,000 in the hole. And then finally, on week 8 is when you start to go back down. Now you're only $21,000 total in the hole. The week after that, you're still $20,000 in the hole. Now you're making money during this time, but the reason why I say you're in the hole is, like, at the end of the day, you've put more money in your business than it's brought back to you. That's what cash flow is all about. So you're not cash flow positive until week 18. Okay? Not week 18. Is that week 18? Yeah, week 18. You're not cash flow positive till week 18. A lot of people think they can be positive in their Amazon business like in their first month, and it's just not true. Yes, you can make a profit in your first month, but being cash flow positive is something different. So you can be cash flow positive your first month if you spend a lot on inventory and then stop. But if you're going to have consistent spend week after week, it's going to take some time to see that money, to be able to pay yourself, to be able to take money from your business. Okay? So 18 weeks until you are cash flow positive. And this whole time, if we scroll down here, this is your weekly cash flow. So there's weekly cash flow, and there's also cumulative cash flow. I need to start speaking more. This is my first time shooting a YouTube video. Actually, it's not my first time shooting a YouTube video in a while, but for some reason my tongue is just not working today. Cumulative. Jeez. So cumulative cash flow is like, at the end of the day, how much money have you put into your business and how much has came back to you? Okay? That's your cash flow situation. Not necessarily what you're paying taxes on, but it's kind of what you're paying taxes on, because theoretically you should be writing off all your inventory. So really you pay taxes on your positive cash flow. Actually, I'm not an accountant, so don't take that advice. But some people do it that way. Other people, they write off their inventory for the current year. So some people are actually able to write off more, and some people are able to write off less than that. But this is not a tax video. So as you see, these numbers actually kind of balance out after a while. You get to the point where, and this is where I said in this video, how much do you need to spend to make $3,402 every single week? With these numbers that we have here, which are based off of some of the industry experts, you need to be spending $10,000 week after week in order to bring in $3,400 profit, and that's cash flowing. So that means you've gotten to the point where you're putting $10,000 into the business, and $13,402 is coming back. Therefore, you can take $3,402 and pay taxes on that amount, and then the rest you can do whatever you want with it after paying Uncle Sam. And then the week after that, you'll put in that $10,000 again and again and again and again. So this is what a true inventory business looks like once you've mastered the systems, and once you've found good inventory, once you have all your systems in place. This is what it looks like, guys. It gets down to the point where you put in a certain amount and you know you're going to get this amount back time and time again. But look at the beauty of this. Like, as time goes on, and we can go back to this dashboard here, you can see your first year in business, you could do $900,000 in sales, but only net $117,000 cash flow. Now that doesn't mean you only made $117,000. Like, you still have inventory at Amazon that hasn't sold yet. But what you're left with at the end of the year is $117,000 that is like in your bank. That's not bad, you know. Your friends might think you're rich because you sold $900,000 on Amazon, but the truth is you have $117,000 plus a decent amount of Amazon inventory that's still profitable. You follow me here? The next year after that, assuming all things are the same, assuming your spend is the same, now you're going from having $117,000 cash flow to $176,000 cash flow. So your cash flow situation is a lot better the second year. Why? Because you go into year 2 with your Amazon inventory already stacked up pretty high. Year 3, we have very similar numbers, actually exactly the same numbers with this spreadsheet. So again, this is based kind of like on the numbers I've heard in the industry. We're operating, up between a 10 and 15% net margin, and we're looking at I think around, 30% ROI. Buy cost is 40. We're getting back 76 at the end of the day, or 73% at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Is this more or less than you thought you needed to spend to run an Amazon business? And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Do you guys like content like this? Let me know. Comment below your thoughts. I'm sharing my journey with you guys doing this. Pretty soon I'll be sharing my actual numbers with you guys. Again, this is all theoretical, but these are based on my actual average buy cost, which is $40 right now, and my average sales price, which is $84, but I'm assuming I'm going to sell my items for 10% less than that. That's it, guys. Much love. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you did like this video, and if you're not already subscribed. And we'll be going live a lot, guys, so if you guys want to tune into the live streams, we'll answer any questions you have. We'd love to see you there. Without further ado, I'm going to end this, and much love, guys. Peace out.